episode of the More Minute. I'm really excited today to share with you all about federated search within this next generation data lakehouse called watsonx.data. So I really want to share with you what is federated search, why does this matter, and what benefit does this really bring to enterprises as they prepare for both the AI ready data, but as well as just operationally, how can they control their costs? And to do that, I want to walk through what this looks like in the platform, which I'll get into. But first, I want to show you how, let's say, for example, as many enterprises have data in multiple different databases and multiple different buckets, both from on-prem to multiple different clouds, everywhere from Azure to AWS to Google to IBM. They may have data on their mainframe systems as well as Netezza boxes, lots of different places to store their data. And really, traditionally, without a next generation data lake house, it's traditionally been a struggle to have to go in and query specific different data sets individually, one by one. So if you'd like to run a query to get information about your business, for example, that information could be set across multiple different databases and multiple different places where that data is stored. Traditionally, this would mean you may have to run a query into your Netezza box. Then maybe you have some data that's on a Mongo database in S3, then you need to go there and query that information. For example, you may have data on DB2 running on a mainframe. So then you have to use that separate search to query that information together. And as you can see, this can be quite time intensive because you often have much more than just 3 different places where the data is stored. And so the real power of a federated search is being able to leverage a single query engine and then run a query that accesses data in multiple different places. So it federates that together. And then you're able to run your queries faster and do that in a way that allows you to pull from multiple different data stores wherever they may live, be that on-prem or in the cloud, and multiple different types of storage. And this is really available because of the technology within watsonx.data and this ability to have this common data format level, which you can see here in the data format level. And we're really leveraging Iceberg technology. And this really allows you to use any query engine that you would like. Let's say, for instance, Presto, which comes with watsonx.data. So you can maybe do a Presto query, maybe for a traditional BI, a business intelligence use case, go into Iceberg, and then you can really access data wherever it lives. So maybe you're going into your Amazon S3, maybe you then want to go in and pull a query that uses data that's sitting on the IBM cloud. Then maybe you also, for example, this could be your DB2 running on the Z mainframe, et cetera. So it really allows you to, with one query engine, and in the demo that I have for you, you'll see me going in and pulling a search that's actually in the query workspace within watsonx.data that leverages this Iceberg format and pulls from multiple different sources to show you what a federated search looks like within watsonx.data. So let's head over there so you can see this in real time. The second feature that I want to cover is the federated search, because I know you have data in lots of different places and want to be able to save time and energy with doing one federated search, which is really one of watsonx.data's standout features, because this can really be a single entry point for so many different places where data is stored. So in this example, I'm going to have a federated query that pulls from the Iceberg. So we're using the Iceberg storage up through this layer leveraging Presto, as well as both DB2 and the Postgres databases. And so in both of these, we'll use an example in the name of the database will be Go Sales, which you'll see in several places here. So you can understand as well, just so you can see what this federated query is going to be. We're going to leverage the DB2 catalog, the Iceberg catalog, as well as the Postgres, again, being Go Sales. And so in this SQL, which I have copied in, I want to first help make it more clear to understand what specifically this federated search is pulling from. So we have several copies of this Great Outdoors or Go company sales tables and the different object storages. And so in this query, we are going to pull from 5 different tables. The first being the Postgres, the PG, as you can see here, 2 that are in DB2 and 2 that are in Watson X Data's object store, which is Hive. And so we will run this query. And here you can have a high level worksheet result of what it pulled, how long did it take to run, and you can also see all of the different results that it's pulling back from those 5 different tables. So the camping equipment, all of the golf equipment as well. And this is actually multiple pages, so you can go into more detail. What's also really great about WatsonX.data is that it not only runs the SQL natively in the query workspace, but it can also understand and help explain what was specifically leveraged. And I think this is important when you're pulling from multiple different data sources. So in this high level visual understanding, and can try to zoom in a bit more, we start with what the output was, but then you can walk through and understand where specifically that's pulling from, the different structures, and how it got the result that it did.